Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea, and today I'm bringing you my June releases. Now, June is actually a fairly quiet month for releases. I feel like that's probably good because we all need time to recoup from May and the mayhem that happened on May 3rd because everything came out then. So there are actually not that many huge releases coming out in June, which is kind of nice, I guess, so that I can actually read what I have. So the first book that I want to talk about is coming out on June 28th, and this is called And I Darken by Kiersten White. This book is about a princess and her brother whose father abandoned them to be raised in the Ottoman court, and she is not happy about it. So she pretty much is biding her time to come back and take over the kingdom that is destined to be hers. While she's there, she meets a son of a sultan, and obviously there's going to be a love interest that occurs here, until she finds out that he is the heir to the empire that is her sworn enemy. So clearly there's going to be some obstacles that the relationship has to hop, but this sounds really brutal and really dark as far as YA fantasy goes, so I'm kind of intrigued by this. It looks not like how it feels. I don't know, I feel like the cover doesn't quite match the brutality of the description, so we'll see how this one goes. And again, it comes out on June 28th. The next book that I want to talk about is called My Lady Jane, and this is by 3 authors. This is by Cynthia Hand, who wrote the Paranormal series. This is by Brody Ashton, who wrote the Everneath series, and this is by Jodi Meadows, who wrote the Incarnate and the Orphan Queen series. So we have a trio of really intense YA trilogy authors. So this is going to be really appealing, considering that it's not at all paranormal romance, which all of them write. So this book is basically a not so accurate but really hilarious retelling of the story of Lady Jane Grey. It takes place when she's 16 years old and is about to be married off to a stranger, and she's not so happy about it. Instead, she would rather spend her time trying to steal the throne from her cousin, King Edward. So she's trying to be the Queen of England, and it just sounds hilarious. It's got amazing authors, so I'm really excited about this. But this comes out on June 7th, and I'm pretty intrigued to see what people think of it. The next book that I want to talk about is called The Leaving, and this is by Tara Altebrando. I think I said that right. This sounds very much like a thriller, which I am all for. I really like mystery thriller books because they're kind of few and far between in YA. And this one sounds really intriguing. Basically, 11 years ago, 6 kindergartners go missing. Nobody knows what happened to them, who took them, where they went, anything. And then, come to present day, 5 of them come home, and they are all perfectly fine, but they have no memory of what happened to them, and they barely know each other, and they barely know the people that they come home to. And the only thing that they all have in common is that none of them remember that 6th kid. They don't know who he is, they don't remember anything about him or what could have happened to him. So this obviously just sounds really intriguing. It kind of sounds like The Creeping, which I read not too long ago, that is a similar thing where 2 girls go missing and only one comes back and doesn't know what happened. I really like stories like that where the narrators are kind of unreliable and you're kind of trying to figure out the mystery with them. So this just sounds really intriguing. This also comes out on June 7th. The one big release that I've seen some stuff for already is called Ivory and Bone, and this is by Julie Eshba? I have no idea. This also comes out on June 7th. Apparently everything is coming out on June 7th this month. The cover is amazing. I love it. This sounds like nothing that has ever been touched in YA. This is like a prehistoric fantasy story. And, I mean, I'm all for historical fantasy, but prehistory sounds so intriguing to me. So I'm getting almost caveman vibes from this book, which is really interesting to me because I have no idea how they're gonna pull that off. But we're following 17-year-old Cole, who pretty much knows to hunt and gather and protect his family, when Maya shows up, who is a girl from, I'm believing, a rivaling clan, and with her comes some drama of another girl who is kind of supposed to have ulterior motives, so I'm sensing there's going to be kind of a love triangle between those 3. I am just really intrigued to see how this goes. I might be getting the wrong vibes from it, but it definitely screams prehistoric cavemen teen drama to me. That's enough to sell me on a book, to be honest, guys. And again, also June 7th. And the last book that I want to mention is called True Letters from a Fictional Life, and this is by Kenneth Logan. This is going to be the contemporary that I'm going to bring up in this video, and it just sounds very good. It sounds like one of those really good summer reads, and I'm not sure, but I'm getting the vibes that it's going to be told through letter form. But this is basically about a high school teenage guy who is kind of living the cliche, stereotypical, perfect teenage guy life. He has a girlfriend, he's a star athlete, he's in high school, his family's pretty good. But behind closed doors, he sits down and he writes letters to all of these people who are really important in his life and pretty much tells them the truth. I don't think these letters ever actually make it to those people, but he just writes out his feelings of what he actually wants to say to all of these people, getting the impression that he is trying to come out as gay, and this is his attempt at least coming to terms with it with himself. It kind of sounds very much To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I'm assuming the letters are going to reach their actual recipients, but it just sounds like a very heartwarming and probably going to be a heartbreaking and tough read. And this, again, also comes out on June 7th. Everything comes out on June 7th in June, so just go to the bookstore that day and you'll be covered for, like, the whole month. So those are the 5 books that I'm most anticipating reading in the month of June. If any of you guys have any recommendations of other books that I missed, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys are reading and what you're looking forward to. So that's going to be it for me this video. I hope you are reading some amazing books currently, and I will see you next time.